what do cognitive behavior therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, and international sport have in common? I'll give you a clue. Off the field, on the field. So I'm going to start with sport, and I'm going to talk about the South African rugby team that has won many World Cups and many other prizes. So we know that they practice off the field for weeks and months before they do something on the field. Because if you're not familiar, that is not the time to be thinking up a strategy, is it? When you have 15 people running at you, all wanting the same thing you want. And if you look at some of the documentaries, if you listen to some of the interviews, you'll see it. It's not just the South African team. I think they probably all do this. So they think up a strategy, they try it out, they perfect it. And once they're certain, they practice, practice, practice all the time. They practice off the field, they practice on the field, they practice in the hotel, they practice at breakfast. They practice all the time so that when match day arrives, they know exactly what to do. So CBT and ACT are a lot like that. That if you're faced with a difficult situation where you have somebody you feel inadequate around or insecure around, or maybe they make you really angry, you always feel just uncomfortable around them or a situation. If you haven't practiced your strategy off the field, there is no way that you're going to remember, let alone be able to execute it on the field. So how do we go about practicing our strategies? In my previous posts, I've explained cognitive defusion and various other methods where you have a little bit of a gap between yourself and the thoughts and the feelings. And in a few moments, I'm going to show you a meditation that you can use as part of your off-the-field practice. So you really want to be doing this several times a week. And maybe in the beginning for 2 weeks, you do it every day so that your mind is familiar with the off the field in a calm setting, being able to just observe your thoughts and feelings. And once that is familiar, then you can get onto the field. And then there's also more practice you can do before you get into the actual field where you're in that difficult situation. So step 1, with this meditation, you want to become very familiar with what it feels like, just to observe your thoughts and feelings. So let's actually go straight into that, and then I'll show you the next parts. So find a position where you're comfortable, where your back is straight but not tense. You can just rest your hands gently in your lap and either fully or partially close your eyes and relax. Just imagine you're breathing away any tightness, tension. And with every breath, you're allowing yourself to settle and just relax. And the object of this meditation exercise is for you to be able to observe your thinking and feelings. And for once, you don't need to do anything with them. You don't need to have a blank mind, thinking nothing. You don't need to suppress, push thoughts away, run away. You certainly don't need to fight or dispute anything that's arising in your mind. That's the beauty of this method. You're going to just be doing one thing, and that is going to be observing. So turn your attention inward and just observe. So within your mind, there'll be thoughts and feelings, past, present, future, pleasant, unpleasant, mostly neutral, random things coming and going. And as you turn your attention inward, and you observe, you can see that there's a constant stream of thought, feelings. And right now, we're simply going to be observing this process. Whatever comes up will dissolve again. So it's an arising, dissolving, moment by moment. So simply observe this process without worrying at all about the content. It really doesn't matter what is coming and going at this point. It's like watching an ocean. The waves come and go. Some are bigger, smaller, different colors, different shapes. Some you find attractive, some might be a bit scary. Mostly we don't think too much about them at all. And in the same way, we can learn simply to watch. So thoughts and feelings are coming and going, coming and going. And just take a few moments now to observe this process in a relaxed way. And once you become familiar with this technique, we move to stage 2. So you can remember a difficult situation that causes you distress or anxiety or anger, or maybe you anticipate something and you're worried about it. So hold that image in your mind quite strongly, and almost immediately there'll be thoughts and feelings around this situation. And now we practice the cognitive diffusion. I notice that I have thoughts and feelings around the situation or person or memory. And I'm now going to notice for a while. So now I'm still noticing various thoughts and feelings regarding this person, or just keep noticing that I have thoughts and feelings. Just keep noticing, and you can even think this very loudly. I'm noticing that I have thoughts and feelings about this particular person or thing. And after a few minutes of this, you should feel your mind settle. And then you can relax and gently open your eyes. And so this is part of your off-the-field practice, so that you'll be very familiar. And when you go onto the field in that situation, you will feel the definite benefits of familiarity. And remember, imagination works. Think about a horror movie, or think about remembering something embarrassing. It's not here now, neither of them. And yet, we have thoughts and feelings about it. So this is a way of using your imagination in a useful way and becoming really familiar with how to put all of these techniques together. And remember, whatever you practice off the field will become extremely familiar and much easier till eventually it's just natural and effortless on the field.